Hello YouTubers, and welcome to the Retro Computer Kid Chris channel. The first review of today will be L, the Mathematical Adventure, the BBC Micro B. This game, well, it's not really a game, it's just basically a role-playing game which was all done by text, hence no sounds in this video. And I remember this game from high schools, and from high school where I went to, and obviously it was in some primary schools. I'll try and review Granny's Garden in the future if I can get hold of an image of it. And as I said previous videos, please rate and please comment. Please tell me any of it memories that you remember of various games on the BBC. So let's move on to the first review. L, the Mathematical Adventure. Right, starting up on the boot screen, obviously the logo for the game. This game I do actually remember, and I like the little thing at the top where it says the teachers of mathematics. As you can see, it's a brief description, like any text-only role-playing game, and you know what I mean. It's you just basic commands, follow old man, or so I put that in, and you don't understand, I will just say follow man. And basically it's just like a simple normal role-playing game. It's not really much to say about it, but for kids, if they're using this, it's good like memorize numbers, etc., and work on shapes like dodecahedrons, tetrahedrons. You know, in effect, it works on spelling. So I remember this game. We played this game in year 6 at the school where I used to go to, in Leicester, Bushlow High School, and you know what I mean. They don't make games like this anymore. Games are like for kids are like shoot 'em ups, punch 'em ups. You know what I mean? I think games like this should never have died, but unfortunately, so technology progresses on. This basically works on your directions, your compass bearings, north, south, east, and west. Very educational software. It really gets the mind working. This does, and not really much to say about this really, but on the BBC Micro B computer, they've done various text games, role-play games, and so did the Amstrad, and Commodore, Spectrum, and some people, it appealed to people, this did, like role-playing games. With me, I like role-playing games. It gets the imagination going. Imagine you're a kid, about probably like 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10, and you're imagining that you're in a courtyard, this, that, and the other, blah, blah. Imagining you're in this castle. You're imagining a spaceship. It's good. Gets the child's imagination skills working. So this game, to me, is like one of the games I remember, and it was just like you could pick up objects, take objects, use objects, and various few other things that you could do. And one thing I do remember of this was, I think on this level you had to try and avoid the robot. Unfortunately, I get caught on this by the robot, and you have to like make a key. You have to make like a skeleton key, and that's pretty much what you had to do. The games that were made for this was like really good for BBC. Come on, think of it. You in the early 80s, sorry, in the early 80s, probably late 80s, You know what I mean? Every single school in England had a BBC, Model B or Micro B, whichever school you were at, whichever way you were looking at. You were quite lucky to have one. Then, unfortunately, where technology spoiled everybody's fun in the schools, it's when RM Nimbuses came into play, and that's it. After when they got brought in, there were still BBCs in schools, even when I were probably 8 or 9. They started to come in, the RM Nimbuses. Then the BBCs were still being used, even probably beyond the 90s, and people still liked them. I even know that one of my cousins had a BBC Micro B that was a one up, or the BBC Atom, if I'm correct, or please correct me if I'm wrong. They were still good computers, even some domestic homes had them. But the gaming was good. This is like more an educational machine. Basically, I'm just giving a brief synopsis of what the BBC system was, and basically about the game. On this game here, you cannot if you can't go in a direction. So if you go north and there's no north, it'll say there is no way to go in that direction, which is quite good, because you know what I mean. You could forget, oh, what did I say before? North, you know what I mean? North, south, east, west. I like that bit there. The comment, say 36. The god swears at you and leaves locking the door behind you. Well, which I shouldn't have done that, because I've officially killed myself when the game's over. Anyway, that's my review on L, the Mathematical Adventure. I'm going to start scoring these games, all these games, starting as of now. This game, for imaginativity and imagination, I must get that right, I give this game a 8 out of 10, and for ease of use, 9 out of 10.